Have you ever felt so close to accomplishing a dream or checking off something on your bucket list and then feeling like it might not work out? That is how I felt with my dream collaboration. And make sure you stick around till the ending of this podcast to hear a little more about it and what the result was. Because today we are finally talking about that dream collaboration that I've been telling you about on Instagram. And I cannot wait to share everything about it along with the highs and the lows. So, welcome back, my friends, to No Gatekeeping. I'm your host, Courtney Todd, and let's get into it.
No filters, no locks. No doors, no blocks. No gatekeeping, babe. It's all for you. Spilling all the tea in her pink hued review. What you want, what you need, here's the clue. No gatekeeping, babe. Just straight up truth.
Okay, I think you just need to give a round of applause to that song, aka the new podcast song, because Mystery Man created that and I am loving it. I am literally like, this is a vibe. I love it. It makes me so happy. So I hope you guys like it too. But, anyways, let's do a little catch up before jumping into what we're going to be talking about today because it's been a hot minute. When I was last sitting here, it was right before my cottage vacation and I was feeling very burnt out. June and July were the busiest months that the Iconic has had, probably in around a year, which is an amazing thing, but it really snuck up on me with the burnout, which is a weird thing because, again, we knew it was our busiest months. But when I was like looking into it more of being like, how did I not know that burnout was coming? How did I not see this? I feel like it was because I've been so happy day to day and living and just again in my life I've been very happy where burnout snuck up on me in the way that other times that I felt burnt out I wasn't happy in my day to day and it was like burnout like it was just like a normal. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but the way that I was feeling was a lot more surprised getting burnout this time because I was so happy in the day to day. So it really did sneak up on me compared to past times I felt burnt out. But we're back. I feel so good. I feel so refreshed. We booked this cottage getaway a while ago. So the fact that it came at the most perfect time, thank you, God, because again, Mystery Man and I both needed it and it was absolutely perfect. It was also my first time going to Sable Beach. I don't know if you've ever been there or not, but if you're going there this summer or are interested in going, check out my Instagram because I posted a carousel post of some of my favorite things there so far. Just in case you haven't gone, you can use it as a little tool to help navigate your trip. We are going back in a couple weeks and I'm so excited. And there are a lot more things that I want to do next time that we weren't able to do this time just because we still worked. It was also the most I've ever been able to clock out in the business, which has been really nice. Like I would say probably from my last 10 vacations, it was like the number one time where I felt really good with the work-life balance, which was an awesome feeling. It wasn't like my entire vacation I was working. I felt very happy and aligned. But yeah, if you need any inspo for an upcoming trip to Stubble Beach, check out my Instagram post at by Courtney Todd. I've also shared it on TikTok too, where you can find me at by Courtney Todd. Coming back from the cottage, we came back yesterday, and honestly, I felt like I could have stayed at the cottage a lot longer. Like I said, we are going back, which I'm excited about. But being home was such a nice feeling, and it made me so grateful and, like, to remind myself that this is where we live. I love where we live. I love our condo, and it was an absolute mess because I think it makes a lot of sense because when we left to go to the cottage, again, we were both so burnt out. When we're leaving somewhere, we like to have the condo spotless because we wanna come home to a clean space. But with how burnt out we were, Our condo was like our mind. It was messy, it was cluttered, it was chaotic. We're just like, "We need to get out of here." So we literally just left it a mess and then came back, and Mystery Man was so great to me all week. He's great to me all the time, but made this week very special for me in Sauble Beach. When we got home, I looked at him, I'm like, "You go play pickleball. I will spend hours cleaning because I wanna do this." It's not, "Oh, I need to clean the house." It's like, "No, I get to clean my dream condo." And I just wanted to do something nice for both of us, and I'm still cleaning it. It's getting there, but yeah, it was just a crazy mess. And then when I come home from trips, something that I've gotten a good habit with, there's always room for improvement, but something I've been happy with myself about is coming home from a trip, whether if it's coming back from Niagara, that I stayed in Niagara for a few days, or anything random. I've gotten a good habit of going to Sweat and Tonic the same day that I'm coming back. Literally, this isn't like a good habit, but I like it. I'll go get a blowout. And I needed a blowout so badly yesterday. Like, literally, I didn't wash my hair for a week and I went swimming in the lake every single day. And it was so much fun. But I was like, hey, I need a really good blowout just to feel like I'm back on track. I'm myself. Did a little hair mask. Everything felt great. Now I feel great. Today's Saturday. It's the long weekend. I'm really determined to just get back into work. I know a lot of our clients are taking the weekend off. So I'm really excited just to get back into work, make sure the house is clean. We have a little bit more of organizing to do. There's some shelves that we want to order just to make sure that everything is coming together. Dream Man bought this coffee table that needs to go. Again, like high hopes that it was going to be good. We both hate it. So we need to find a new coffee table, buy some shelves, and just finish the last few pieces that we need for our condo. But, anyways, it's going to be a good weekend. I feel so refreshed. And now let's get into the episode where we are talking about my dream collaboration and the experience from start to finish getting it. Okay, I have secured 1,000% my dream collaboration. This is one of my dream collaborations, and it is a cruise. So in October, Mystery Man and I are going on a cruise with this really great cruise line. I'll tell you the details closer to. I am so excited because I've never been on a cruise before. And this isn't like when I think of a cruise, I think of a hot cruise, but this isn't that. This is a Canadian cruise, even though we're starting in New York City. So it's from New York City to Quebec City. And along the way, we're going to Nova Scotia, PEI, places like that in Canada. And I'm really excited because I haven't been to Nova Scotia or PEI. I've been to Quebec City and I'm excited to go back. We're hoping to extend our stay a little bit, whether that be in New York City, Quebec City, or maybe both. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know because we're going to start planning soon because I'm so excited. But, anyways, it's 8 nights and this cruise ship looks insane. I am so excited. I believe there's a pickleball court on it, which I think is so cool. But I am so excited to be doing this collaboration. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it because there was definitely some internal bumps along the way, like for myself, of just feeling so close to having it and then feeling like not having it and not understanding why, and that feeling of not necessarily imposter syndrome, but you'll understand when I start talking about it. But I'm just so excited for this cruise. I've never been on a cruise and it's wild because I know we were talking about in the last episode a mid-year reset, and I was talking about how I wanted to clean up my vision board. I wanted to create a work vision board, and on my vision board, when I was looking at it in Sawbull last week, on my vision board, there is a photo of a couple in the fall because fall is my favorite season. I love fall, love September, love October. Those are literally my favorite months of the year. And there's a couple in New York City in the fall, just like walking in Central Park. And I'm like, I wanted to go to New York City this year in the fall because I've been in New York City for my birthday, which is in the winter. It's in January. And then I've also gone to New York City in the summer. But I was like, I really want to go in fall. And it's not far. It's a very doable trip. So I was like, okay, I'm putting this on my vision board. And the fact that it lined up in the way of now going on a cruise that is taking off in New York City in the fall, it's wild to me because I was like, definitely didn't picture that aspect of the vision board when I made my little fall photo in New York City with a couple, but I'm like, this turned out really nicely. So it's wild. If you have a vision board, I'm hoping you're being able to check things off as you go this year. And if you don't have a vision board, create one because it literally took me probably 3 years to create one. Every year I was like, I'm creating a vision board. Yes, doing it. Literally would buy like the cutouts and everything. And last year I did it and nothing got accomplished. It was literally devastating. And then we moved again and then it ended up in a pile in the basement and never saw it. So this year it's been very different. So that's your sign to create a vision board. I know we've talked about it before, but I will move on. Like I said, I always have my little podcast notebook with us. So let's talk about how this cruise collaboration happened. One thing that people ask me a lot, and they've been asking me this a lot from when I started social media, like with content creation, they have asked, oh, so a bunch of brands reach out to you. Literally, until moving to Toronto, I would say probably 5% brands reached out to me. And it was 95% me reaching out to these brands, companies, or everybody I wanted to work with. Moving to Toronto definitely changed that. And that was a really nice surprise. That's a different story, but the cruise line reached out to me. And this was a very good feeling for me because like I said, I reach out to majority of the companies I want to work with, and to see a company reach out to me because they think I'm a good fit for an influencer sharing the experience of a luxury cruise line experience was a very nice compliment. If you're a creator on Instagram, I am in a creator group with some of the biggest creators in Canada, which is wild. It's awesome. And we'll talk about things going on online, things people are seeing, past collaborations, brands that are really great to work with, brands to like, oh, stay clear from, all of that. But one common thing in this group, and everybody probably can notice on social media at times in their career on social media, is right now I am struggling with engagement and getting those high views. And I know a lot of creators are struggling with this, but it can definitely feel discouraging. And I post anywhere between 1 to 3 times a day. And my goal is to keep pushing content out that aligns with me, that brings value, that showcases an experience, that's funny, that's anything in between. But again, it was just such a nice feeling getting reached out to because that is showing that the content that I'm putting out is working. It might not work in the way of, oh, I have a million views on it, but it is working in the way that people that I'm aligned with, that I want to be aligned with, that I want my future of my content career to go in this direction, working with elevated luxury experiences, that is getting paid off because they are now seeing my content somehow and wanting to work together. So that was a really great feeling. After they reached out to me on Instagram, we talked through email. We had a lot of emails go back and forth. We really were looking at the best experience to showcase on my platform. We were looking at another cruise that was in September, and then we were looking at this October one. This is the one that we were originally looking at, but we secured this one and I'm really excited about it. But that's how that started, which again is different for me because it's usually me reaching out to brands instead of them reaching out to me. And something I want to mention to you, which was a really crazy feeling for me. And again, I'm sharing this because it is a little vulnerable, but this podcast is called No Gatekeeping for a reason. So, something that happened was during this, I received an email basically saying, don't book your flights. Don't book your flights. There is something going on internally. and we might not be able to do this collaboration. And I was devastated. And it was so crazy for me because I didn't know what I did wrong. I was like, what did I do wrong? What happened? What did I do? And I felt so good about this. And then it felt, again, even though I haven't shared it with other people than my family and a couple close friends, it felt like embarrassing because it felt like how did you have this and you didn't have it and now you don't have it, now it's gone. And the amount of emails and time and, again, excitement that I had invested in this collaboration, I felt defeated. And this was not a nice feeling at all. Like, I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't recommend feeling like this if you don't really have to. But there's also a version of me that would recommend feeling like this if you could ever feel like it, but also know that it will work out. Because feeling like this, I haven't felt this way in so long. I have not been scared of losing something in so long in my business. And the fact of having it and being scared that now I could lose it is a feeling that I think people should feel because it means that they are invested. They are aligned with this. They want it. They're doing something that scares them because they're scared of losing it. And it showed me that this is the only feeling. I only want to feel this way about brands that I'm working with. I don't want to feel, oh, thank God I don't have to do that or to go to that event. No, I only want to be doing things that I'm scared of losing out on them, that I want to be there, not because every influencer is going to this event and, oh, I might have FOMO because I didn't go. I want to go to the events that I'm 100% aligned with and only those events because what I'm realizing is I am feeling burnt out, like I told you, and being cautious about the events I go to because there's only so much free time you have. And I'm trying to choose wisely. And this feeling with this collaboration made me realize that I would rather spend more time focusing on pitching my dream brands and my dream clients than going to every single event and not really caring about it. But the fact that I was so scared to lose this showed me how much I care about it. And you know what? During this uncertain time, I told my boyfriend, I said, I will be so bummed if this doesn't work out, but I know there's a reason. And I don't know what that reason is, but I know there's a reason if this works out or if it doesn't work out. And it ended up working out. And like I said, I could not be more excited. And I hope that helps you knowing that one, it's okay to be scared. Two, if you're not scared, maybe try shifting your focus, shifting your energy on things that scare you because that's where the growth is. I have never done a cruise collaboration before. This is something that could be a great stepping stone into working with more elevated and luxury experiences. That's why I was so scared. And because, again, like, I want to create great content for them. I think I can do a great job at showcasing this cruise line for anybody that's interested in one, experiencing a cruise for their first time. Two, experiencing this luxury cruise experience. Three, seeing Canada in a way that I never would have thought to do. So that's my little ramble. But again, I want to share that success, these things aren't just like a one straight line. It is like boop. And again, those feelings that you have with it of yay, oh, yay, scared, oh my God, is this going to work? That is so important because that solidifies that you're doing the right thing and it is the right alignment. I want to talk about how this has inspired me to create and find more dream collaborations that are of alignment. One, I talked about this in the episode last week, was how I wanted to create a work vision board. I did that. When we were in Sauble Beach, I created my work vision board. It is not completed. You would actually die if you saw what it looks like. It looks so ugly. It's a bunch of words and it's not aesthetic at all. But I think the biggest thing when you're creating a vision board is You want to be intentional with the things that you're putting on this vision board. And for me, I talked to Mystery Man because we are business partners now. And I said, what is your version of success and that you want us to see? Because it's very important to me that as partners in life and partners in business, that we are on the same page. And that if he has a dream in the work realm, that I know about it and can see if it aligns with my dream, or okay, that's great. Or maybe that could be your own personal goal and see where that fits. So creating a work vision board has been so helpful because it is helping me realize what is most important to me. And I talked to you about this in the last episode of it also helps when getting invited to an event and being like, does this help me accomplish this? Maybe yes, maybe no. But if it's a no, then you're like, I don't need to go. Now it's also very clear. I've known this in my head, but to have it out on paper or like where I can see on my computer, it is very clear the brands that I do want to work with more and that are my dream, and thinking about the steps of what I need to do to work with them and to collaborate with them and to start that partnership. Another thing that you want to do if you're a content creator and you're looking to have more dream collaborations is making sure that your profile aligns with that and that your profile reflects your value. Because this was weird too, because this happened at the beginning of July with the cruise line. That's when I got the first message actually on Canada Day, which was wild. So it basically just for insight of how long sometimes a collaboration can take to finalize, sign the contract, dot the I's, all that. This took 1 month. So what I thought was really interesting too is my goal was to start posting elevated and more luxury content on Instagram in August. So what that means is the content that's like my favorite pizza place or best place to get donuts. That's something that, because I love pizza, I love donuts, but that's something that I would post on my TikTok because that's something that I want my Instagram to reflect more value of giving upscale, luxury, elevated experiences. So posting the free things to do in Toronto or Toronto's best cheap eats, that's not aligned with the luxury. But I'm a gal that loves finding cheap eats. So again, that is something of value to me and that I know would be valuable to other people. But that's something I'm going to post more on my TikTok. So make sure you're following both the Instagram and TikTok account. They're both by Courtney Todd. But that way you're able to see like best of both worlds because again, maybe you're not looking for this really great dining experience to take a date. Maybe you are looking for the best pizza in Toronto. Follow me because I love both of those things. It's just going to be a difference of where I'm going to be sharing it. But going back to making sure that your profile represents and showcases what you're trying to accomplish, I feel like my profile on Instagram is pretty niche of elevated experiences, and it shows the best places to eat or the best experiences to do in Toronto, best experiences in Niagara, and then the videos and the posts on my platform is showcasing those things. So I do feel like it is clear what I do. And then again, my goal is just to continue finding and creating those collaborations and those partnerships that align with that elevated living. And then the last thing I'm going to say about how to find and work with your dream clients is curating content that attracts them. If I want to be posting these elevated lifestyle experiences, I am not posting the best $2 eats in Toronto because I want to be posting something that aligns because luxury places aren't caring about the $2 fines that you might have. So again, you want to curate content that your goal client will appreciate and that aligns with them. So that way it's a good fit. So take this as your sign that if you are not specific or aligned with the content you're putting out, do so. There's a million people that tell you it's good to have a niche, a million people that will tell you it's not good to have a niche. For me, my niche is lifestyle, which is a pretty broad thing, but now it's elevated lifestyle. Now it's luxury lifestyle. We are growing in that direction. I wouldn't say it's luxury right now, but it's elevated. It is not your everyday thing. People will come to my page when they're looking to celebrate a milestone birthday, an anniversary, engagement, bachelorette, everything like that. So those are the elevated experiences. So if you haven't reflected what kind of content that you want to post, this is your sign to do so, because I think you'll feel such a better alignment with everything you do, whether that's your partnerships, whether that's the brands that you reach out to that align with your end goal and will help you get there faster and more efficiently. And again, it's taken me almost 30 years to do this. Obviously, I haven't been on Instagram since I was out of the womb, but you get my point. It's taken me years on Instagram to finally feel good about the direction I'm going in and creating those different platforms and utilizing those different platforms in the way that I can still post my favorite pizza place. It'll just be on TikTok. And then using Instagram as my funnel to showcase the best experiences that are elevated. So again, I know this was a lot of information, but I was so excited to tell you about the dream collaboration. I just wanted to make sure it was 100,000, 20,000 million% confirmed before sharing it. So catch your girl on a cruise this October. I am so excited. And if you guys have any advice on what to expect for a cruise, I am not watching Netflix because I keep seeing that there is all these things. Netflix has influenced me to never go on a cruise. We're not going on Netflix and watching these cruise documentaries. We are going on a cruise, living our best life. So if you guys have any advice for your favorite things to do in New York City, Quebec City, things that I should know about going on a cruise in general, since I have never been on one, please hit me up because I would appreciate that so much. So thank you again for watching No Gatekeeping, whether you're watching this on YouTube, whether you're watching this on Spotify podcasts or listening to it on Apple Podcasts. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next week, and I hope you have the best long weekend. Bye.
No gatekeeping, babe.